5 seconds to go. Start. Luminaries of the legal world, Excellencies, dear friends, I am delighted to join you all for the inauguration of the Arbitration Bar of India. Now, having listened very carefully to all the colleagues and speakers on the stage, what I believe we are hearing right now is the shrill cry of a digital birth which is midwived by foot soldiers. And I cannot imagine that this product can have anything other than a great future. So let me say that this is a very significant step in the emergence of India as an arbitration venue. I know that all of you appreciate its significance more than I do. But let me, as a foreign minister today, really place it in a larger context and a context that I will borrow again from the ages reference to a triangle, a Greek triangle. The triangle I use here is really one of law, business, and diplomacy. In the last few decades, the global order has witnessed a rebalancing that is shaping its new directions. One facet of that is the democratization of institutions and activities. As economic capabilities emerge, or in our case re emerge, it is natural that many of its accompanying dimensions also spread out much more in the world. In that sense, the event for which we have come is reflective of a larger redistribution of power, of influence, and of capabilities in the world. Obviously, this does not happen by itself and it requires both the vision of a leadership as well as the commitment of stakeholders to make it happen. And that is actually what we are witnessing in the country today. India is currently the fifth largest economy by GDP and likely to soon become the third largest. It is only to be expected that a domain as crucial as arbitration to the international economy should also find adequate expression here. Note just that, like in other spheres, we need to develop high quality capabilities so that India too stands out in a competitive world. So far as the Modi government has, from its initial years, it has recognized the importance of arbitration in the country. I think many of us remember the Prime Minister's speech at the National Initiative towards strengthening arbitration and enforcement in India, where he actually spoke about quality arbitration mechanisms which he saw as integral to ease of doing business in the country, which he underlined how strongly our government is committed. The key words here, the quality of arbitration, ease of doing business, and a commitment to make it happen. The establishment of an arbitration bar aligns with this vision to position India as a premier destination for arbitration. It is really not necessary before this distinguished audience to delve on the importance of arbitration. We all know that it is an efficient and equitable method for resolving disputes, providing streamlined alternative to what can often be an intricate judicial process. Whether in domestic or international arenas, arbitration inspires confidence fosters economic growth, and upholds the rule of law. In a world where time is of the essence and certainly is of paramount importance, arbitration is recognized as the cornerstone of modern dispute resolution. This is particularly relevant for us to recognize in India at a time of rapid economic growth is taking place in a globalized environment. If we are to get full mileage from our 3D dividend of democracy, demographics and demand, then high quality arbitration is a notable factor in further attracting foreign direct investment FDI. Already to accelerate growth, the government has streamlined interstate commerce with the goods and services tax GST, fostering a unified national market. Moreover, digitally enabled delivery, which Minister Vaishnav referred to as well, is actually reforming the quality of governance and revolutionizing access to public goods. We have seen a surge in the entrepreneurial spirit aided by a startup culture and facilitated by the expansion of skills. Legal reforms, including the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code and amendments to financial laws, have helped to ensure a stable and predictable business environment. Strengthening dispute resolution mechanisms such as commercial courts and alternative dispute resolution is a natural corollary of these developments. They further enhance investor confidence and lighten the judicial burden. I would like to share my own personal perspective on this matter. As some of you may have heard in the introduction, I was High Commissioner in Singapore some 15 years ago. It was the time when we concluded the CECA, but it was also a time when Singapore had started pushing for it becoming a preferred seat of arbitration. And if one looks back at those 15 years, and I think to a lot of us, it's very clear that how much actually the two processes reinforce each other in getting so many Indian companies to either offshore in Singapore or to look at Singapore as a favorable destination to address their disputes and differences. As Foreign Minister, let me also say that my ministry recognizes the importance of arbitration in facilitating international trade and investment. By providing a stable and predictable dispute resolution mechanism, we see it as fostering confidence among foreign investors. We actually supported initiatives to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of arbitration proceedings both domestically and internationally, collaborating with esteemed international bodies such as the UN Commission on International Trade Law, UNCITRAL, National Coordination Committee for India, and the Permanent Court of Arbitration. Stop.